Okay, so welcome again. It's a pleasure for us to have you here. We have the founder of Shield Coin here joining us today. Ninja haven't made a video yet, but it doesn't matter because you're going to have to get first-hand information from him, who is the founder of the project. And then, of course, you can watch our dear Ninja's video as well. So thank you, my dear Ninjas, for joining today, and also your community. And to the ones that will be joining later on. Thank you very much for that. Joshua, what do you think if we start firstly by introducing yourself? Anyways, I pinned and posted the banner actually since yesterday. So maybe I guess everyone has time to go and check your website and your links, like Telegram and everything. So I bet they did the homework already. So they were able to get a little bit of information about you and also about, is it Phil? No, Chris, right? Because
Chris,
on your website, both of you are right there, and there is a little bit of information about you guys. But anyways, you're here. And so please introduce yourself as well as the rest of the team if that's something that you would like to do.
Yeah, so the team consists of myself, Yeshua Nettles, of course, I'm the founder and CEO. Chris Ginn, he's known as Meta Captain. And we have another team member, he hasn't doxed yet, but his name is Luca. And if you've been in our Telegram or Discord, you definitely have talked to him before. He's very active in both communities. A little bit about me. I am a businessman first and foremost. This is my third business. I've been a diplomat. I've been a U.S. Marine. And then I've had a whole range of jobs beyond that for years and years and years. So I've done a lot of things, and I'm trying to bring all of that to bear for this project, really. We started the project. We've been thinking about it for a few months. Back in 2021, we really got the idea of it. But it took us a while to kind of really hone in on how we were going to deliver it. And when we saw that the reflection tokens, a lot of them started coming out around November, December time period with the BUSD. And that's when we realized this was the way to go. And the reason being is we use the reflections in the various wallets to build up cash and capital to pay claims and also to buy assets. And I'll kind of get into that as we go through the utilities. So that's just a little overview about me. If you have any questions, feel free to jump in and ask. I can go right into the explanation of the projects and kind of really go into our utilities.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, they are already sending me DMs, and when you said that, they are ready for you. They are ready for it.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for the questions.
Okay. So Joshua, then what do you think if you explain like an overview of the project, and then we start with the questions? Sounds good to you?
That's perfect. That way everyone has a little time to keep sending them in. So crypto Shieldcoin is built on 3 different utilities. Our crypto assurance, and that is our protection based on projects right now. We're making an announcement on Saturday, April 2nd. So please stay tuned for that. It's going to be a game changer. It's going to be an upgrade to the crypto assurance. Everything that I'm telling you today will still be in effect, but we'll be adding an additional protection that we think is going to be very beneficial to most people investing in DeFi. And our crypto assurance, again, you can look at our CRR, which is our coin risk rating, and determine which projects to invest in and at which ratios. And that's how you start building wealth in the space. And that's why we did it. We really want to help people grow their wealth. Chris is really about it. He's a part of the Unite DeFi roundtable. Actually, I'll be on that tomorrow night, just discussing with the different projects, because we're trying to collaborate and trying to really grow the space out. But we want to do it and make it safe for people. And that's really why Shieldcoin's here. That's why a lot of our partners are around now. And I call this the new next generation tokens. So you'll see a lot more of them in the next coming weeks as well, coming out and being a part of the roundtable. And we're making the space better. And that's what I'm here to do. In addition to crypto assurance, we again have the coin risk rating. The coin risk rating is basically a business analysis of projects that are already out on the market. We take publicly available information and we analyze each project. Right now, I am the main analyst. So I go through and I do a 25-point check on every single project that comes on the market. We have about 200 plus projects already reviewed. We should be doing another update here by the end of the week. So please, if you're going to do any purchases of any tokens, check out our risk rating first. It's just a good place to start for doing your own research. And again, I do this for free. I make sure it's available to the community because I'm trying to tamp down on scams. I believe if people know more, it's less likely those scams will be successful. So I particularly make that available, and I made it free just for the entire community. You don't have to be a Shield Coin holder to read it. It's available on the website. Our last utility is a little bit different than most projects, and this kind of goes back to my business background. What it is called, I call it HODL vesting, and what it's doing is in phase one, it'll be accumulating Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. And the purpose of that is because first and foremost, we're an insurance company, so having reserve funds to make sure we can always pay claims is my top priority. We're aiming to reach a $5 million market cap between our market cap, the actual market cap, and our capitalization of liquid reserves. That'll be phase one. Phase two will involve me actually purchasing real businesses in the real world. I'll start with US-based businesses, but I won't stay there. I'll kind of start moving around the world and finding different opportunities. And actually, I'll be reaching out to the community just to get ideas of what they find valuable in their own communities and their own countries, and we'll start looking at those as possible businesses to either buy or to partner with. And that gives us a steady flow of profits and income to push back into the project itself. So that's the general gist of the project and what we're doing. We're really excited. We had our launch on Saturday, and we did something a little bit different. We didn't hype up the token. And the reason we didn't is we wanted to give early investors more chances to really get into the project before it takes off. I know that sounds counterintuitive in the crypto space, but we really want to also demonstrate that you can have a stable price if you don't overhype a project and the underlying fundamentals, the utilities, really are the value of the project. So that's really we took a different approach. Some people thought I was crazy. Trust me, it's the best approach we could have done. Yeah, we're really excited, and we're doing some marketing next week after our launch or after our announcement. We expect to start seeing an uptick in the price just because we're doing a lot more marketing now. We're really pushing it beyond our organic community into people that may not know about Shield Coin specifically or crypto in general. So we're really targeting a lot of different groups for that.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm so sorry. Sometimes you see that I'm not looking at you, but if you can see, you got a ton of questions there, and there are a ton of DMs right now. Like, Lily, please put me on the queue. So yes, guy, I'm sorry for muting you. You know that I hate to do that, but I think that way we are gonna be more organized because there are so many questions today. So let's do it that way, okay?
Let's do it that way.
I remember any of you, okay? Okay, usual. Thank you for the overview. Overview of the project was great because, as I said before, maybe some of them do not have much info about the project. So thank you for that.
Worries.
And you say you're ready for it, so we're going to.
I'm ready.
One, okay.
Sounds good.
Let's go with Kick. Okay, Kick, my dear, go ahead.
Oh, hello, Liliana.
Hello.
So, hello, Yeshua.
How are you?
I'm fine. Glad to have you on board.
Thank you. So what's your question?
Yeah. That's very fast. I love that. Yeah. My question regards the cryptocurrency part of the ecosystem. I want to know if there is like a very fast and swift customer service unit to handle urgent queries from investors. The reason why I ask that is I know you plan to have a periodic list of projects that have been, like you said, evaluated for safety and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But in case I'm asking from an investor's point of view, standpoint now. In case I come across the project and it's not listed on your and I know that according to the disclaimer in your white paper, there are some projects that you do not cover under the high risk sector. You have the high risk, you have the medium, and you have the low. So in case, as an investor, I just wish, because most people don't go through white paper. They don't have the professional eye to see things that some analysts can actually see.
Right.
So they might invest in a project, believe that I follow all your rules and regulations and guidelines concerning the minimum amount to hold and all that, and believe they have done their best and they've invested in it. But then at the end, they miss something. At the end, they come to you for claims, and then you pinpoint to them that this we do not cover because of this, that, but they have missed. So how do you, is there like a customer service, where a person can quickly ask and like, will your insurance cover this project before I go for it? So that
okay.
there are no issues.
Let me answer that in parts, because you asked a series of questions. I want to make sure I hit all the points, and you tell me if I don't answer everything. First and foremost, yes, we do have projects that are rated or not rated. If there's a community member that wants a project rated, all you have to do is DM me directly, or just post it in our Discord or Twitter or Telegram. Either my moderators will get back to me and let me know that there's a project that a community member wants me to actually review. So I'm going down just a list. I'm going through CERTIC lists, CERTIC audited contracts to identify the projects. But if projects are coming from our community because you all already hold them, we will definitely put those at the top of the list to get reviewed as soon as possible. Once we've reviewed it, if you already hold it, as long as you have the insurance in place, that project will then become covered if it is a medium or low risk project. Our announcement on Saturday is going to give more of a, it's going to give more protection. And I can't go into too much detail because we really do want to announce it as a real big announcement on Saturday. But after Saturday, reach back out to me and let me know if that actually addresses the second part of your question about what's covered and what's not covered. Because that component of our crypto insurance, that upgrade, is going to be something that really benefits everyone. And that's really what we're here to do.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
Second question it concerns more of a marketing and the plans you have to, because I see you are actually a first mover in this kind of
yes,
with this concept. Yeah, so you need more awareness, more eyes. So what are these strategic marketing plans, advertising ideas to gain more popularity on this concept within the crypto space?
Yeah, so we are definitely focused on marketing. We're getting everything lined up. We want it to all basically roll out simultaneously. It'll roll on for several months. So once it starts, it's going to be high intensity. You'll start seeing it soon enough, especially on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. But it's going to be more high level. So we have a process, we call it meshing, and that basically means that we're doing high level marketing, i.e., press releases, and we're getting journalists to cover various aspects of our project stories. We're definitely doing organic and guerrilla marketing, and that's having people shill in different groups, using our community we'll host campaigns to have our community really promoted so people know that there's a real community behind this project. So there's a lot of things we're doing, and of course you'll see the banners on WhoCoin, you'll see the banners on a variety of different websites that are crypto specific, and we're doing the promotion of our voting and coin merger and coin sniper. There's a few of those as well, and we're just basically building this base because the goal is when we launch on CMC and CoinGecko, we already want there to be widespread understanding of what we're doing. Insurance isn't by its very nature sexy. I know this, but this project is something completely unique. And like you said, we are a first mover. So we have the opportunity to really build out an ecosystem that we don't even have competition right now. Our biggest hurdle is just making sure people know and are getting the protection before something happens. And like I was going to say earlier, there was a scam that they were in our community, but they're one step away. So a member of my community notified me of it. It was called BNB DeFi. It basically had a complete drop in price overnight. Again, I would have rated the project high risk, but it was a new project. I haven't even gotten to it yet. But it's stuff like this that I'm trying to protect the community from. So yes, we are doing a lot with marketing. We really do care, and we are getting the word out. But again, the best promotion for our project really is people that are part of the community and believe in what we're doing.
Thank you very much. Thanks. That's very concise and straight to the point. Thanks. My final question concerns, because I went through the white paper quite well, and I love the way you actually made things clear, trying to avoid issues to controversies, claims, and all that. You actually defined quite well what you meant by scam and what your crypto insurance covers. So my question is, for those people that are too lazy to go through the white paper and all that, what channel, what means do you have to educate people on these basic terms and conditions telling them strictly what scams are, what they aren't. Like, for instance, there are some projects where the investors, the devs, they are quite straight, they have good intentions, but then they just get flooded, or maybe due to some financial constraints, they weren't able to, they had to abandon the project, and or maybe just get paper handed and stuff like that. Does that fall under your category? Yeah, thank you.
Well, so scams, we divide them specifically because we are still a small project. As we build holders, we'll actually be able to increase what the definition and what we're covering with the term scam. And as that changes, I'll definitely be updating the white paper. Regarding people being aware of what that means, part of our marketing strategy is to take parts of the white paper, make condensed snippets, and post it all over our social media. So if you're going through, we have a 30-second video. That 30-second video may cover what a scam is and what a scam isn't, or tips that we have for protecting yourself in general. If you went through the crypto assurance supplement document, I also list out exactly what I tell people, how to protect yourself. A lot of that's from experience. It's not just from me being a business person. I've been scammed several times. Sometimes it was greed. I thought a product was going to be really good just because, again, the FOMO was building up. So there are a lot of things that I learned just kind of going through from the centralized side to the DeFi side. And that's what I'm trying to convey in the project as well. But we're definitely going to use our marketing to kind of get that word out. And again, people can always join the AMAs. They can always ask questions. Even if they just jump on Discord and they're like, hey, I think I may be a victim. What's the case? What's going on? We'll try to educate them. And when possible, if I wasn't clear on something in the white paper, I'll always err on the side of the client. And that means if I didn't make it clear in that instance, I'll go correct it. But that person will get the benefit of the doubt and will probably pay that claim. And the reason being is because we're first and foremost here to pay claims and protect people so they don't leave the crypto space. We want people to stay here. If you have a bad experience, you get scammed, you lose money, it becomes really, really hard to keep going forward. So we're trying to make this a little bit safer, especially for new people. So again, marketing is our bread and butter right now. That's what we're doing.
Thank you so much, Yeshua. Great concept. I wish you all the very best. By the way, do you miss the Marines?
No. I did my time. No, I did 8 years. I joined when I was 17. I had more than enough time in the Marine Corps. I miss some of my friends though, but some of them aren't alive anymore. Some of them are, but it's that time of my life is done.
Thanks. Good.
No worries.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Liliana.
Thank you, Keith. Okay, let's continue with Ashkat. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so am I audible?
Yes.
How are you?
Yeah, I am great. Thanks for giving this opportunity. So, sir, my first question is I read your website, and there I found in the introduction there's a line written that the purpose of Shield Coin is to pave way for smart money, pension funds, and more traditional investments to flow into crypto. So, I wanna ask, can you enlighten us a bit more about the specific term pension funds? It will be something like that if we invest in your token for lifelong, so we will be getting pensions after 60 years or so. If that's the case, I want to know more about that, or I have got it wrong, so I want to clear this thing basically.
Oh no. So the term pension fund is it's basically collective funds used by businesses to actually pay pensions to their employees. But what those funds end up doing, and this is again from the business and financial side, is they pool their money so that they can buy investments that will build faster over time, so that when pensions come due, they actually have more money than they need to pay those out consistently for several years. At present, and the reason I'm aware of this is because I have an insurance background. I do sell life insurance and property insurance. Most banks use it as they use life insurance to carry this out. For this project itself won't pay a pension, but because there is a 7% BUSD reflection, as you build up your bag holding, and we start depleting the actual supply, your bag's value and its capability of generating more and more passive income will significantly increase over time. And that'll just be a byproduct of me buying with the strategic buys and burns. We'll be taking tokens out of circulation and send them to the burn wallet. That means even if you hold a bag that's $100 today, it may be worth $1,000, $10,000 it'll just keep growing because less and less circulating supply exists. So more of the reflections from all the transactions are just going into the ones that are still in circulation. So there is a plan to help build passive income, but it won't be in the form of a pension plan. It'll be based on what you invest in now and how much you hold and continue to hold over time. To that point, I've also designed the ecosystem with the recurring, basically buy transaction that's required every 30 days to allow people to instinctively dollar cost average into the project. You don't have to buy it all at once, but if you are holding your tokens and you're always keeping your insurance active, your bag is going to continue to grow just by the design that I've used. If you want to just keep recycling some of those funds, you can also do that. So there's a lot of different ways I've designed this project to help everyone reuse their money, because it's not about money just staying in Shieldcoin. We definitely want holders that are invested in our specific project, but we want other projects to benefit from our existence in the space as well, good projects. And that's how we've designed it.
Yeah, thanks a lot, sir, for clearing this doubt. Like I got it, like I considered that the pension is like after 60 years. So thanks for it. And sir, like my second question is like while reading about the team, I was reading about you. So I saw that you are having a lot of experience, like you are a former US diplomat, you are a real estate investor turned insurance advisor, and also you are having like MBA and master in human resource management. So, sir, I wanna ask, like, how is your experience helping in the growth of the project? I mean, like, with such a good background, you could have like earn millions of dollar worth of job, but still you entered into such a volatile market such as crypto with a will to achieve something. So, basically, what is it that motivated you to enter into a market such as crypto and not go into a hi-fi job?
Okay, so I don't come from money. I started off very, very poor. I lived in cars. We lived in shelters. I was homeless for a couple of years in my youth. So I understand what it means not to have money or have security in life in general. And again, I'm from a big family, so it wasn't like it was just me. It was me and 7 siblings, and we didn't have a home. We were constantly on the move. So my entire childhood was moving around, not knowing where we were going to live. So to get my stability after the Marine Corps, the first thing I did, actually, the first business was buying real estate. I purchased probably about $1 million in real estate around the United States, and that gives me a solid income stream no matter what else I do in life. So I didn't just jump into crypto just hoping that it was just going to be okay. I systematically built up various portfolios. That real estate was first, and that's because it's stable. Then I built into insurance because it's, again, so passive to some degree. But I also get to interact with people. I get to network. I get to build from there. And that kind of coincided with my diplomatic life. As a diplomat, I was making $100K a year easily, not to mention additional benefits just from the lifestyle itself. So I'm not new to money. I'm just new to crypto per se. I've been in it for about a little over a year. Actually, a little bit longer than that now. Time gets by me. But I took systematic steps. I'm a very methodical person, and I've used all the aspects of my background to help me build the wealth that I'm building now. And I'm trying to make it available, that knowledge available via my business analysis and the way I designed the project for people in the community. So this is a very measured step for me. It's not, I'm basically trying to stop the volatility in the market, not just play into it.
Thanks a lot, sir. Like, it is a very motivational one. Like, I feel like blessed that you have achieved so much from like zero to like you are basically like now a hero. So thanks a lot, and like best of luck for your project too.
Thank you so much. I hope you actually join, or at least keep an eye out on it. And when it benefits you, definitely get a holding of Shieldcoin.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, sir.
No worries.
Thank you, Ashkan. Okay, let's continue with Lilith. Lilith?
Hi. Hello. So thank you for giving me a chance, Ma'am Liliana. So my question is, do you have any audit report, and how safe is your smart contract from bugs?
Can you repeat the first part?
Do you have any audit report, and how safe is your smart contract from bugs?
Sorry.
She's talking about the audits and the smart contracts.
Audits. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. No, sorry about that.
You have a background noise, Lily. Maybe that's the reason why he wasn't able to.
Yeah. So we did our audit through Interfi. We'll probably do another audit if we need to upgrade the contract for now. And then from the KYC side, we did our audit through Interfi, but we also use a new project called the Docs, and they basically do an actual background check. That's what they do in the real world, that they have a real business associated with their token. So we've done multiple KYCs and everything in doxing, and the purpose of that is to, again, instill confidence that I am who I am. And if you join, you go to the website and you look my information up, it links directly to my LinkedIn. A lot of my work history has been very public. My insurance license, you can look it up online. A lot of what I've done over the years is very public. So it would be hard for me to hide anyway. And I'm using my real name. A lot of people in the space are, using like pseudonyms, but this is my real name. This is really me. If you look me up, you'll find my Facebook account, you'll find my LinkedIn, and you'll find my business. And like, I have a digital footprint, and I'm not hard to find. And I've met presidents, I've met heads of states. So I can't really hide, and I am who I am. So there's nothing else I can do as far as instill confidence other than people just getting on calls like this and talking to me. I'm pretty open and transparent. I've been through so much in my life. I just don't see the need to shy away from the truth. So that's just me as a person. And again, Chris, or Meta Captain, as he goes by in the space, he's very well known. He's actually has a hand in a lot of different projects. MetaUSD, Ever Reflect. He's very well known in the space. So when it comes to reliable people, he's probably the top tier. And Luca, again, he's not doxed with us, but he's in a job that once he does docs, it's not hard to identify who he is because he does insurance audits for insurance companies, which is also why he's on the team. We're bringing in a lot of these skill sets and these job requirements and these backgrounds. They require us to be very open. Like I have a top secret clearance, so I've been through a lot of vetting over my lifetime, and I've had it for decades, or over a decade, I guess. So it's And again, if you ever want to know anything about me, feel free to jump on any of our AMAs, ask me a question. That's what they're for. So I hope that kind of answers your question.
Yeah, so I do have another question. So I've seen that your mission is to protect us holders from scammers and etc. So a lot of people now are afraid that governments in some countries have tried to seize their crypto accounts. And does your project have a Crumbling tool or a way to keep wallets and transactions in the blockchain anonymous? And if ever that a government would ask about the information of your holders and buyers, would you release our information?
There's nothing I would be able to release about any of my clients anyway, because I'm not insuring the person, I'm insuring the wallet. So all that I know is already publicly available. I specifically don't collect more information than that because of protection issues and ethics. I want to make sure that people can remain as anonymous as they want to remain. As far as releasing anything to the US government or any government for that matter, again, the DeFi side is not where they're going to focus a lot of their energy. And this is me talking as I'm putting on my government hat, as having been a government official. A lot of the discussion that's happening now across the world, Kenyan government, Singapore government, Sweden, United States, Norway, England, across the world, they're really focused on stable coins. That is their primary focus. And the reason being is stable coins have the ability to create a stronger crypto space, but also can destabilize official currencies. If people start using stable coins over official currencies, that's what the governments are most concerned about, which is why a lot of them are focusing on releasing their own centralized digital currencies. So when we're seeing with government regulations, I don't see a lot of it really coming to the DeFi space because it's a lot harder to really track it on this side. Centralized, on the other hand, is really where the government's going to put their huge mark on, because they can easily identify and point to a company that they can take advantage of or force them to do X, Y, Z because they're based out of those countries. So for it, just to go back to protection for your privacy, that's not, Shieldcoin doesn't dig in any further than it needs to. And that's basically just who's a holder and who's not a holder. That's as far as it really goes.
Yeah, thank you for answering. It's a well answered. Thank you, Ma'am Liliana, again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lily. Okay, let's continue with Tanayan and then Rocket Boy. Okay, Tanayan, sweetie, go ahead.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I have a couple of questions because I really want to understand what you're trying to do. So the first one is explain in detail the 25 check. You said you have 25 points of check. Explain in details the steps you take to evaluate every single project and put them in categories of high risk, medium, and low risk.
Okay. Actually, that information, there are parts of that information that we actually don't release to the public. And the reason being is we don't want scammers to change their methodology too much, at least not based on what we're doing. Because if we start releasing that to the public, scammers are going to get very sophisticated very quickly. And it'll be more difficult for just the average person, not to mention people like me, to even determine what is a project that is a scam and what's not a scam. But I can give you general, broad things that we do look at, and so that's what I'll do. So what we look at in general, from a business standpoint, is the project, does the project have a live utility? Have they done what they said they're going to do? A lot of projects are aspirational, and I get that because they're startups, but a lot of them stop following their roadmaps very early on. And that's a primary indicator to us that the team had no intention of actually doing what they said they were going to do. They just wanted the volume or the price so they could dump their tokens early on. So that's what we're trying. That's one of the things we look at. We do look at the financial data over time. So the longer the product has been out, the easier it is. But even for early projects, we do consider how they did their launches and what their launches look like. Was the price stable? Was it overhyped? And did investors suffer based on how they did that? So these are factors that I look at. I also look at the contract itself. That's a part of the reason I review lists done by Certic or Interfi or SpyWolf, because I want to see contracts that have already been audited by major auditors first and then dig deeper. And just to kind of tag into that a little bit. So the way we do our claims on the other side is we're going to bring on the software from Chain Analysis. It's a Singapore-based company that does blockchain investigations, essentially. If a claim happens, we will be using that information to really dig into the flow of money so we know exactly where the scammers are taking it and how they're getting it out of the crypto space. We'll use that to work with other projects that are kind of focusing on that end of this dealing with scams, and kind of make sure we're working together to provide all the data we can to kind of make the space just as safe as possible, and also to inform people what to expect and what to start looking for. And we'll kind of get that out in like tidbits over the years. But we can't go in too much depth about what we're looking at with each project. But that being said, a project can reach out to us and ask what caused their ranking to be what it is. Which is, again, we don't want to kill projects, we don't want to hurt projects. So we do allow them to directly reach out to us. A member of that project can ask us, and we'll just tell them specifically, these are the items that we saw that made you high risk or medium risk. And if you correct them, we will reevaluate and probably downgrade you. So projects are not static. They don't stay where they are. It just depends on what they're doing.
Okay. The next question is, for example, you put a project at low risk because you say low risk according to your website that you pay 100%. It has 100% cover, right?
Correct.
Now,
Correct.
You have a bulk of people as holders. Maybe something happened to the project, unfortunately, and people want their money back. So how fast do you mitigate that for guys to get them? And how many days? What's the process to ensure that indeed the project went the way it went? So how do you go around that?
Okay, so backing up a little bit, that 100% is 100% of original investment. And that's a very important distinction for our project. So we're not insuring against market volatility. If you invest $1,000 into a low risk project, the maximum you could ever get paid out is $1,000. Even if that project goes up to $20,000 or $30,000, We don't insure for the volatility of the market, just your original investment. And the purpose of that is so you never start back at zero. You always have your original money protected, and you can always restart your investments or take it out. So that's what the insurance is for. As far as how long it takes, it generally will take about 24 to 48 hours for us to just do the claims investigation. If there are no issues, it could be sooner, and we'll directly pay in BUSD, so there's no tax or anything like that. It'll go directly into your wallet. So it's a pretty straightforward process. If there are issues or if the software detects something that we find kind of questionable, we'll reach out once for the one time and ask for additional information. If we don't receive a response, then we'll close the case. If we receive a response and we're satisfied, it's done, and then we'll send that payment as well. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible for you to get your money back, because time is money in crypto. This is a fast moving space. So a week, 2 weeks, 10 weeks, that's too long. So 24 to 48 hours is what we're aiming for. If there's a major project that takes a lot of hits all at once, we'll send out a notice and let people know how long it's going to take or what we're expecting. But we'll work through the night if necessary to get that done. We want to get people money in hand if something goes wrong.
Okay, now the last one I wanted to ask is, most insurance companies have sources of investments in order to raise funds. So what's your source of investment? What other places are you looking at to increase your liquidity or to increase the money that you have in case so many people come in at once and you're not able to pay out? That's my question. So how else are you raising money outside of what you're doing?
So there's two parts to understand for that. So first, we do have the HODL vesting component to our project again, and I kind of mentioned it earlier. We're building up a holding of BNB, Ethereum, and Bitcoin in the crypto space, and then we're actually taking a portion of our team wallet to invest in real world businesses. Additionally, the way we designed our insurance, it's directly impacted by the holders that come into the space. So with every time a new holder takes on some Shieldcoin tokens, our assets grow from that transaction. So it's directly proportional. And if you buy enough insurance to cover $2,000, more money goes into that specific wallet via reflections from the volume to offset that insurance. So there's a lot of math in the background that went into this, but we definitely got the math down right, and we have the ratios right to make sure that we have enough coverage for claims. And there's already money from the pre-sale that's in the wallet right now, so it's not like we're starting at zero. So that's kind of how we manage that on the back end.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Liliana.
No
Thank you, Zanayan. Okay, let's continue with Rocket Boy. Rocket Boy, you're next. Yes.
Hi, Liliana and Yusuba.
Hello.
How are you?
I am fine. So my first question is about crypto insurance. So I want to know how much percentage risk covered under crypto insurance for high risk project. As we read on your website that for low risk project it is 100% you give, but for high risk project I want to know how much percentage will we get if
zero.
the project got
there's no coverage on high risk because we're trying not to encourage people to invest in projects that are by their very nature trying to harm investors. So if you take on that risk, that high risk project, you take it on 100% by yourself. And that's essentially what the risk rating is for. If it's a risk sharing agreement, if you do a medium risk project, we'll share it 50-50. If you do a low risk project, we'll take on 100% of the risk for you, because we vetted that project and we've determined that it's the most likely to keep your money safe, and they're not going to scam you. That's not to say that the project may not fail. That's just to say that they've taken all the necessary precautions as much as you can in the space to try to really make money for the investors. That's what our business analysis is for. And that they also have the means to do it. The team has experience. They have a real utility that can actually be realized in a reasonable amount of time, or at least the time that they're promising. That's what we're saying with the risk analysis.
Okay, I got it. So it is to encourage to invest in low risk project to avoid scams.
Yeah, yes and no. So you want to invest in low risk projects, but like any portfolio, you should really have a good mix because low risk projects will probably have a more stable growth. Medium risk could fluctuate either way. High risk projects can get you a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. I made some money on some high risk projects, but they can also lose you a lot of money very, very fast. And that's what makes them high risk. There's a high payoff, but also a low downside. It really goes in the extremes. And as any investor, and as I think as the space kind of develops, and this is just what I've seen in every other financial industry that I've ever looked at or invested in, people are going to find what works for them specifically. There are day traders, and you see them all the time. They'll buy into a project the day it's launched or the day after, wait for it to spike, and then they'll sell off. They just want to make sure that they're steadily taking profits day by day. Some people are more passive. They want to put it into a good project, and they're okay waiting a year or 6 months or whatever the case may be. So it's really trying to find that medium between a good balanced portfolio and one that's just gambling in crypto. And that's what we're just trying to help you out. Again, we're not trying to control how people spend their money. That's not what we're here to do. But when you want to protect a portion of your assets or your actual original investment, so if something does happen, you can start your investments again. That's what crypto insurance is for.
Yeah, real investor will get benefit from it.
Yeah.
So my second question is the Shield coin rewards holders in 7% BUSD. So I read in roadmap that you are going to list on centralized exchange in future. So my concern is how will Shield coin list on big centralized exchange like Binance, as we know that high central CX don't allow reflections token to list on their platform?
So our roadmap says we're looking to get on to the Evergrow exchange or the SafeMoon exchange. Both of those do actually support to the tokenomics, the reflections. As far as Binance is concerned, I've heard rumors that they are actually working on upgrading Bitmart as well. If those exchanges do upgrade and start using reflection tokens, then we'll start considering those. At this stage, we're not actually a centralized exchange token for that matter. We really are focused on the DeFi side. So only exchanges that will have reflections can even be of any value to our project at this stage. There's no incentive on being like we saw it happen with one project. They basically put their tokens on a centralized exchange, and while the price was bumped up, the reflections completely bottomed out. And we don't want the same thing to happen here. So we analyze projects. So we're seeing what other projects have done, what worked and what didn't work, and we're trying to bring all that to bear for our investors and our holders.
Okay. So I really like the concept of crypto assurance. So I love this project, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rocker Boy. Okay, you sure we are good? Can we continue?
Yeah,
okay.
we're good.
Let's continue with the Astro. Hello there, the Astro.
Hey, Yeshua.
How are you? Can you hear me?
The Astro? Maybe he just want to say hi. I don't think so.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right, sorry. Bad internet connection. Well,
okay.
How are you, Ileana? What's up with you? Well, guys, I've been listening to you guys, and I really enjoy what this project is all about. Well, thumbs up to you guys. Okay, my question is actually based on this project being a long-term project. I just want to know, how do you plan to maintain a stability between you and the investors when it comes to satisfying the investors' needs and also benefiting yourself as a result of this project? What are your long-term goals for this project? That's my first question.
Yeah, so in the simplest form, the long-term goal for this project is to become the next Berkshire Hathaway. We want to not only have Shieldcoin, we want to have at least 7 to 10 other businesses that are very profitable, making between $400 and $1 million a year, generating income that we can then pour back into the project. That benefits both us as the owners, but also any holders of Shield Coin. And that's just by appreciation of price and, again, added into the volume for the token itself. We've thought about the actual roadmap for that to get done. And we know as soon as we hit between, I would say, 20 to 50,000 holders, we're going to be looking at enough volume to really start buying those type of businesses early on. And just to give people a background, because I am a veteran, I do have special privileges when it comes to getting government-backed loans. And those loans will actually help this business. Like I'll be able to use them for the business to buy those loans with lower equity up front. And that allows me to spread our money faster. So there's a lot of planning that's going on the outside of the crypto space that's going to go into this business. We've already been looking at the business. We know what the first one is. It'll be a logistics company. It's just a matter of time before we have the funds to initiate that. And when we do, we'll be letting the community know. We'll use about 20 to 30% of the profits from that business after expenses to go back into Shieldcoin. The rest of the profits will go into buying or pooling to buy more businesses. So it's a stair-step process of growing our wealth in our actual ecosystem.
Okay, great stuff, guy. Okay. Actually, my second question is based on the when you are talking about long-term project. For how long do you plan to keep this project, and what are those long-term focus? What do you intend to create? Are there new features which you intend to introduce to the crypto space as a result of the long-term project?
Yes. So crypto assurance is just our flagship. It's the most important component of our portfolio. We intend to be around as long as DeFi is around, and we intend to evolve as necessary with the space. We are going to branch out a little bit from crypto assurance. It'll still be available and it'll still be our flagship. But we are looking at other concepts right now. There are a few. I can't go into details. We're working on collaboration with a few projects. But one project that we can publicly talk about is we're considering just developing a marketing for crypto projects. And what we'll do to some degree is introduce new projects that'll already be low risk because we've already evaluated them, but we'll also help them build from a business standpoint, because a lot of people that are starting crypto projects don't have a business background. They have a good idea, and that's always a good sign, but you still need underlying business fundamentals to really take a project from zero to $1 billion market cap. There's just no way around it. You have to market well. You have to be able to manage teams and moderators and contractors to get things done in a timely manner or in the manner or the time frame that you've promised to your investors. Essentially, these are startups. So we want to definitely help manage and mentor new projects as they come to the space, but also facilitate them to become good projects. And that's really important to us. And again, it goes back into making the safer for everyone.
Great stuff, buddy. Actually, do appreciate these projects. Well, my reasons for asking this question is because as having a long-term project in mind, you would have some kind of plans for the projects. When you have plans for projects, you tend to put more workforce to those projects, so it makes the project to keep growing. So actually, great stuff, man. I do really appreciate you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Astro. Okay, let's continue with Cookie Trader. And after Cookie Trader, we got Ankit. Okay, Cookie Trader, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
How are you?
I'm good. Well, yeah, thanks for this great opportunity. Oh, okay. So my question is, I've been listening to your project for quite a long time, and you did not say anything about your language. So my question is, how do you plan to spread awareness about your projects in countries, region where English is not spoken well, such as Indonesia, India, and Iran? And also, do you have a local community to make them understand more about your projects?
All right. So if you've been to our Discord, you know that we have a few different channels. We have the Chinese channel right now that I know is pretty active, and as well as the Korean channel. The The French, not so much, but again, I'm multilingual. I've been traveling around the world for the better part of a decade and a half. I do speak other languages in addition to English. I am familiar, and at least I can help to spread that word in that way as well. But we do plan on bringing people on that's a part of our community to actually help get the word out. Because like I said earlier, organic promotion from our actual community members that hold our tokens is the most valuable. If people are a part of this community and they know that there's a market that I'm not reaching, message me directly. I am not an out of touch CEO. I am definitely here to be a part of the project. I'm in the trenches with everyone else. So if you know or you see something that we could be doing better, message me. I have people recommending ideas to me all the time. Actually, the announcement that we're making on Saturday, while we had the idea already in process, it really was, it let us know during an AMA that someone really thought about it and really wanted it to be a part of the space. And we just tried to figure out a way to make it happen. So these ideas, this is basically a space for ideas to flow. We're definitely listening. And we do intend to have some of our PR issued in different languages. We'll start with languages that are easier to get translated, but we'll go beyond that sooner than later. Again, it depends on the community, depending on what we're seeing and what the demands are for the space.
Okay, yeah, thanks for this great answer. And also, my second question is, what are the plans to raise awareness about your projects in the non-crypto space? And also, do you have plans for non-crypto investors to join your project? Because we all know the success of a project attracts more investors who have not entered the crypto world. I am one of them. I want to invest in your project.
Okay. Yes. So our marketing is very good and very much heavily, again, I call it the enmeshing process. It's all different levels. We have the space that we know crypto holders themselves actually operate in, and we need that to be our target early on. And the purpose of that is because as our holdership grows, our capacity to expand grows. But we are still putting our press releases. We want to do TV space spots at a later date. And that's just for general awareness. We want to let people know that crypto space is not as dangerous as the media would have you believe. And a part of the reason it's not that dangerous anymore is because we exist, because we're providing investor protection at a level that we're providing it at. So it's very important. As far as outside investment, again, I will reiterate, I do want this project to be the next Berkshire Hathaway, which means I intend this to become one of the first projects that once our business conglomerate is in place, it's the first project that would actually go public with its own stock as well. There's a lot that's going to go into that. We definitely have to bring on a security officer because it will definitely become a security. But we're willing to do all the work on the back end to make that happen. We just need to get to various milestones before the next step takes effect. But we're going to turn this into a massive, massive company. And anyone that's in the investor side on the token side will benefit. Anyone that buys our stocks later will benefit. We'll design it as such.
Okay, thanks for that. And also, I got a last question for you. Can I go on with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would just like to know the assurance that your contracts will not malfunction after launch, because this has just been happening to so many projects lately, even after their contract has been audited, and the assurance that you guys will abandon the project if market goes bad.
So our HODL vesting component is actually our reserve for when markets do go down. Our goal in the first 3 to 5 months is really to kind of divorce ourselves from market cap. We don't want to be at the whim of the ups and downs and volatility of the crypto market. We want to have enough assets, liquid and illiquid assets on hand that if there's no volume, let's say, for 2 months, 5 months, or whatever the case is, we have enough assets still producing funds that we are still making sure that we can cover all of our responsibilities. Because again, like I said, we're first and foremost an insurance company, and then we're an asset collector, essentially. And that design is very important, and it's based on what you see with most major insurance companies. For example, MetLife and I think New York Life own the Empire State Building. They have for the last 50 years. Most insurance companies are also the lenders to most banks and institutions in the United States and around the world. So insurance, by its very nature, is the backbone of most financial systems. And it's surprising to me that this space didn't have one until we basically launched this token. So we've definitely thought it through. We do have plans and contingency plans and tertiary contingency plans to make this happen. We are definitely in the weeds on this one.
Still there? Maybe we lost him again.
No worries. I think we have time for about one more question.
We have time just for one more question?
One more. I've been making another phone call after this. Because I'm doing 20-hour days, so I'm not. Yeah, I definitely have to keep on.
Okay, Joshua, I understand. I hope everyone that is listening understands as well.
I will say though, if there are additional questions, feel free to jump in our Discord and just ask them, or just direct message me, and I will answer them directly for you. And then I'll post them so everyone can see the answer and the question and the answer. So don't think that this is the end of it.
Okay,
it just I have other calls to make because I'm living in Nairobi right now because I am doing human rights issues here, and I'm tracking the election. So this is my nighttime. So I still have other stuff I have to do for my other businesses as well. So I'm always, I got a lot of things going.
We got it. We understand. I hope everyone that is listening right now can understand as well. I know lots of people still have questions, but you heard Joshua, you can send it to him. You can join their Telegram, or you also mentioned
Discord,
right?
Telegram, or Twitter. I answer all of them.
Exactly. So you can ask your questions over there. Okay, let's finish with Anki, which was the last one that I mentioned.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
that's
Joshua,
fine.
can we finish with him? Yes. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
How are you?
Okay, so I'm the last one. Thank you for the opportunity, buddy. Yes. So my question is that your idea of this project is very, very unique. Is that giving insurance on that and CRR to people and users. So how this idea came to you, and why you chosen your project name Shield Coin? And can you define the utilities that you have mentioned in your website?
Yes. So let me go with the first part of the question. The idea really was born out of my life insurance experience. I learned that you can probably use life insurance to really build wealth for you and your family, depending on the laws of your country. So I really wanted to bring that to the crypto space because this is one of the few places that investors are real people that really want to just build their own wealth. And I really want to kind of bring that to the space. We decided to go with Shield Coin because we were originally going to call it the Shield and the Spear, but the Shield is really what we want to do. We want to be protecting people. And that symbol is essentially the symbol for protection. So that's why it's called Shield Coin. And then going into just a really quick overview of our utilities, again, there's the crypto assurance, and that is a risk sharing agreement. And it really is a risk sharing agreement. Our holders have to say, I want to make sure I'm protecting my assets. And then they look at our rules and how we've designed everything and really use that as a tool to build that wealth. That's what crypto assurance is really for. It's to give you the tools, if you want them, to actually help build your wealth in the space. Again, our coin risk rating is a free document. It's a business analysis of every project that we review, and we intend to have thousands and thousands of projects reviewed. We're going to add another couple hundred in the next week or so, and then we're going to keep on going from there. And then our HODL vesting, again, is our reserve so that our insurance business isn't wholly reliant on market volatility or external volume. We want to be able to produce the volume necessary to keep holders getting passive income and building up enough reserves so we can always pay claims.
Okay,
your project is really I hope you will go very far in this.
Anki, we are not able to understand what you're saying. It's breaking a bit. Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Okay.
Well, I think he was saying thank you to you.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys, I'm so sorry, but Joshua, and he's a very busy man, so he doesn't have time for more questions at the moment. But anyways, as I said before, as he mentioned already, you can join their socials and you can ask the questions over there. Joshua, you're also more than welcome to join our Telegram.
Oh, I am.
You can chat with the ninjas there.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
I'm here now.
So you can chat with... with them over there as well. So thank you very much for being here today. I'm talking on behalf of your project. Best of luck with it, with everyone that is listening right now, or is going to be listening later on. Do not forget to do your own research, and then after that, well, it's up to you to decide what to do or not what to do.
Exactly.
Joshua, anything you would like to add before we finish today's AMA?
Yeah, if you're listening to this AMA, either you're on the call with us or you're listening to it after the fact, definitely check us out. Definitely just hold some Shield coin, and when you need to activate the insurance, activate it. When you don't, just leave it dormant. But always hold a little bit of Shield coin so you can always get it when you need it. We basically, our community is our lifeblood. If you all promote our token, you all really tell people that this is valuable and that you really believe it's unique, definitely let people know, because no form of marketing that I can do outside of the community is going to be as effective as you telling 3 people or the next person that's coming that you see coming into the space. Definitely let people know that we're changing it and we're making it safer for our new investors. And thank you all for being here.
Thank you very much. Okay, so it's gonna be it for now. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye all.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, Liliana. Take care. Bye for now.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye.